What up, y'all? Happy Thursday, March 12th, 2026. I was reading my word today, and it's funny that I was thinking about this earlier today, how I feel like this current generation lacks ambition, right? And then in this verse here, Proverbs 13, verse 4, chapter 13, verse 4, it says, "The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied." The reason I was thinking about ambition, I was thinking about ambition earlier, and how like this current generation, because they lack ambition, like parents can't enjoy being empty nesters, right? Like kids are living with their parents longer and longer, right? And I'm also reading this book called "If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies." Why superhuman AI would kill us all, right? And I was thinking about how parents can't enjoy being empty nesters because kids are living with their parents longer and longer, man. And I think a big part of that is because kids have no ambition, man. This current generation has no ambition, right? They're too comfortable at home. They got Wi-Fi, they got edibles, they got DoorDash. They don't want to have kids, so they have no pressure of another human being depending on them. So they just, continually are living long along with their parents. And another part of that too is inflation. Like it's a lot harder, right, for young adults to get out there and get their own place. I would not deny that. It's a lot harder, right? But it is possible. And I always feel and I always believe where there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to get something done, really, truly, and honestly, if you really want to get something done, you'll get it done, right? But if you have no ambition and you're comfortable where you at, why would you leave, right? And I think a huge part of that is kids are comfortable, man. They're comfortable and they have no ambition. Like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is what I believe. I think this is the first generation that I see, like they don't want to do better than their parents. They don't care. Like to them, doing better than their parents is not a big deal. And it's sad, man, because I feel like every generation prior to this wanted to do better than their parents. Whether they did or didn't is not the point, right? And then it ties into this book that I'm reading, because this book is about AI, right? And how superhuman AI will end up killing us. I believe that Skynet right now is already winning, right? Meaning that robots soon, they're gonna take over the world, man. I really believe that. And I do believe everything is a spiritual battle, no matter what, everything is a spiritual battle. But I do believe that AI is gonna eventually take over the world as far as like minimum wage jobs and all that. I don't like my hat being crooked, so that's just my own thing. I believe that AI will take over the world because, as I'm reading that book, it says not only because they're gonna eventually outthink us and outsmart us, but because they have the desire to want to outthink us and outsmart us. Meaning, like, the very sheer fact that they want to do it is why they're gonna do it. Again, where there's a will, there's a way. The fact that they want to be better than us is why they'll be better than us. But this current generation, they don't want to be better than their parents. They're perfectly fine living at home, not having kids, smoking weed, smoking hookah, doing edibles, getting everything delivered to them. They got internet, they got, an endless amount of things to be entertained by, and yet they're still bored, right? And they're fine with just living life like being mediocre, man. They have no desire to do anything great. Again, I believe that they're too comfortable. I also believe that the media, society, the pandemic, the food is killing our ambition, right? It's killing current generation's ambition. It's killing all of our ambition. If you really look at it, it's killing all our ambition. Most people don't want to be great. Most people just want to be mediocre. But it's definitely killing this current generations of ambition, right? The kids that were teenagers during the pandemic, now they're young adults, and they just, I just want to stay living with mom and dad because it's cool to just be living with mom and pops. And it's sad, man. It's sad because I feel like the enemy, the world, is winning that battle of ambition, man. Nobody wants to be great anymore, and that's not biblical, right? The Bible says we all should be fruitful and multiply, and that means according to biblical standards. Like, you shouldn't just want to get money and get social status and buy material things. Like, that shouldn't be your only thing. But you should have some ambition to want to go out and do better, right? To do better for yourself, whatever that is. You know, buying a home, moving, traveling, writing a book, becoming the best version of yourself, whatever that may be. You know, you should want to do that, man. It's a biblical thing to want to be the best you can be in everything you do, man. And it's almost made it like that being high level and trying hard at things isn't cool. I'm here to tell you, man, being high level is cool. Trying your best at everything, that's cool, man. It's biblical. Following Jesus Christ and being high level, that's, I'm always saying that. Being your best self, trying to be the best you can be, you know? That's cool, man. That's never going to go out of style, man. Trying hard, right? And if that means you got to be sober, then be sober. Because I guarantee you, probably your sober self is probably your best self. I will almost guarantee being your sober self is your best self. You know, trying hard all the time, that's your best self. You know, being kind to others, being loving, that's your best self. Following Jesus, that's your best self. So to everyone out there, man, but especially this younger generation, man, get some ambition, man. Find out what it is you want to do in life. You know, if you want to know your purpose, I'm going to tell you right now, your purpose is following Jesus and being high level. So there you go. How that manifests and how that plays out in your life, that's up to you and up to God. But you got to do it with an attitude of, I want to be the best, man. I don't just want to be mediocre. I want to be the best at something, whatever it is. And at the very least, you should want to be your best self. You know, I'm going on 4.5 years now sober. I'm going on 2 months now, no THC. You know, soon I'll be cleared to work out again regularly, praise Jesus. You know, in 2025, I was diagnosed and I was healed from pancreatic cancer. And I still have the desire, man, to be my best self, man, to be the best version of myself. 2025, I wrote my first book. I have desires to write more books. I have desires to do things. I want to travel. I want to live life, man. I want to, you know, I want to live a life that my kids can see there's a different way than just doing things how the world says to do it. You know, you can be your own boss. You can be, you can have abs, right? You can have, you can run a marathon. And you can follow Jesus Christ. You can be sober. You can do all these things, man. You don't have to settle for less is the point here, man. So be active, be grateful, express our gratitude to the physical movement. Follow Jesus Christ, y'all, be high level. Bow.